contain the universe. I want to talk in Vlogmas Day 13. I want to talk about, or not 13, 12. Sorry, I'm getting my days mixed up here. 13th is until tomorrow. Anyways, that's beside the point. I may just say, tiny little hiccup there. But the fact of the matter is that I wanted to talk about, this topic for a while now. And I didn't know how to approach it. Look, there are so many records, so many milestones, so many different variations of what a milestone or a record may be. Whether it's a NBA record, whether it's a NFL record, whether it's an MLB record, whether it's an NHL record, and it doesn't have to just be about sports. It could be a YouTube record, or a social media record, or the world's fastest eater, or the world's largest person who's grown out their fingernails the longest. It's those sorts of things, or it could be the world winning the most awards out of every human being on this planet. It could just depends on how you see that style of stuff. It could be, now I don't know if this exists, it could be watching the most movies in a day. It could be binge watching your favorite show in the shortest amount of time. I'm just giving you some examples, because records, whether you care to admit it, that are set in stone or that have been made, are meant to be broken at some point. I'm not saying it's gonna be, within a day, or within a year, or within half a decade, or within a decade, or anything of that nature. But at some point, someone's set a record and someone's broken it. Or they've set a milestone for themselves on their social media or in real life, and they've shattered that milestone by thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of reasons, or whatever it may be. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy journey. I'm not saying you should do, you should set this milestone, or try to break this record, or try to break that record, or try to set that milestone, or anything of that nature. But if you're going to set a milestone, or if you're going to set a record, or if you're going to do something along those lines, stick with it. Because at the end of the day, sure, I know there may be many people in front of me that have maybe more consecutive day volume record days than I do, or someone may have way more posts than I do, or way more followers than I do, or things of that nature. And it's not just on social media, it could be anywhere. Just look at the Guinness World Record book for the past, let's say, however long it's been around, 20, 30 years. Even the Ripley's Believe It or Not record book, or whatever they call that. There's just so many things in this world that have records, or that have milestones that have been set, and then someone else has broken it. Whether it's an NBA player who's hit a bunch of threes, or has a bunch of points, or has, hit 100 points in a game. Or, it could be in any sport. It could be in anything in this world that has a record that has been set. It could be easily surpassed at some point in someone's life, or someone's career, or anything of that nature. That's what you guys should realize, is that records that have been set for decades, or years, or even months, or even weeks, or even days, eventually that record will get broken, or that record will be shattered, or that milestone that you set for yourself, say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, eventually someone else is going to come along that's, that does it better, or not, if not equally as great as you do. Now, I'm not saying, Shay's record and Charles' record for consecutive day volume will eventually be beaten. Whether it's by me, or whether it's by someone else. And it could be by someone else, it could be by myself. Eventually it will get broken. That record, that 2,630 by Shay, and that 3,653 by Charles. Those records will be broken someday. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be a year from now, or 5 years from now, or heck, even 10 years from now. But someone will break it at some point. Just like an NBA player who, I'm not saying anyone's ever going to break Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points in one single game anytime soon, or maybe ever. Don't get me wrong, Kobe Bryant got very close in that one game, like 10 or like 5 to 10 years ago when he had 81 in a game. I think that was the closest anyone had ever gotten to that record, and there's just so many, like I said, there's just so many records that exist in this world that have been put into the Guinness World Record book, or Ripley's Believe It or Not, that possibly could have already been broken, or could have already been shattered, or whatever you want to classify it as. Not every single, thing is, and just so we're clear here, not every single thing is going to be, not every single record, not every single, thing that's in the Guinness World Record book is going to be broken or shattered, or even in Major League Baseball, or in NFL, or NHL, or whatever sport that you follow is not going to have something broken like that. Because there's just so much history and so much, nostalgia on all fronts of whether it's a sport record, whether it's a YouTube record, whether it's an Instagram record, whether it's a Twitch record, whatever it may be. Every single person has their own variation of that record. Now, for me personally, I'm trying to chase down a record myself. Numerous records. I'm not saying I'm going to get anywhere close to this. Well, I will, but I may not be the first one to do it. I mean, on this channel, I have my own record. It may not seem like a record because there's probably more people who have 1,550 days of consecutive day vlogging, or more than 2,000 vlogs, or getting close to 2,000 videos on their channels. But for me personally, I've already set high standards for myself, and I've shattered those ceilings, or those records that I set for myself on this channel. Now, there's still a long ways to go on this YouTube channel, and there's going to be so many more records. There's going to be so many more milestones that I hit. Not just on this YouTube channel. It could be on Instagram, where I have 300 posts, or 500 posts, or 1,000 posts, or 1,500 posts, or getting to 100 followers, or getting to 150 followers, or 1,000 followers, or things of the nature, and following individuals as well. There's just so much in this world that has been set that could easily be shattered, or broken, or destroyed, or however you want to look at it, with records, with numbers, all of that stuff. It exists. It's out there. Just go look for it. I'm not going anywhere, by the way. This is not a goodbye for me. That's not what this is. I'm going to continue to do daily consecutive vlogging until I pass Jay's record of 2,630, which I know is still a long ways away. We're about 900 away, or 900 days, or something like that. I'd have to go do some math really quick. I think it's 900. And then, there's other things like reaching a certain birthday, or going to a convention, or bucket list items as well. It's not just, and those bucket list items can be crossed off whenever you're finished with them. There's a lot I have of my own that I'd like to see happen, whether it's, my favorite sports team winning 10 championships, or my favorite basketball player breaking the 3-point record, or I'm not going to say who that is, or, my favorite baseball team winning 10 championships, or basketball, or football, or whatever it may be. And there's just so much out there in this world. There's a endless amount of records that have been set There's an endless amount of individuals who've broken those records. That's all I'm going to say for today's vlog. So we've got one birthday today, and one birthday only. And I want to wish Kate Todd a happy birthday, and that's it for birthdays today. The next birthday I have is on Monday, which is tomorrow. I've actually got a couple. I get 2 on Instagram and none on... The next birthday on YouTube is not till the 14th, which is Tuesday. So, I'll fill you in more on that. The next... The birthday, one of the birthdays on the 13th is going to be a piece of information for that vlog, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a piece of information about this specific person. She's an artist, she's a songwriter. That's all I'm going to say about her. I'll talk more about her in tomorrow's vlog. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow with the brand spanking new vlog, and ciao. Bye-bye.